What's good, y'all? I thought I'd talk to you guys today about being misunderstood and how it's actually okay to be misunderstood, believe it or not. Now, before I begin, I just want to state that the truth is objective. And no matter what I say, the truth isn't going to adjust or change itself based off of how I feel. At the end of the day, this is just my experience, and I'm willing to accept the truth won't change, whether I be right or wrong, and I can accept that. Now, with my experiences, and with that being said, I did feel as though I was misunderstood. I know that you can think of an individual in your life that has misunderstood you not once or twice, but several times in your lifetime. Whether this person still be in your life or whether you've moved on and acknowledged the lessons that you've taken from it. People have come to misunderstand me and you for various reasons. In my experience, it was just a difference of mindsets. And this may very well be your situation too. This may be the same case for you. And people misunderstand you for various reasons, like I've mentioned. Various reasons like being resistant to change. You've grown, and chances are you've grown much more than how you did a couple months ago, and so forth. You're constantly growing. You're always, and I mean always, in a state of growth, whether you believe it or not. People don't know how to tell you you've grown, though. That's where it gets weird. People can't comprehend the fact that you've grown and the fact that they can't notice it, because it's true. We may not notice that we've grown either sometimes, and that's okay. But people have a hard time not only acknowledging that they've grown, but giving credit where it's due and acknowledging that you've also grown as well. They can't do that. Instead of telling you that you've grown, they tell you that you've changed. And honestly, that's disheartening, especially when there's no context either. That's another reason why people misunderstand you. They aren't willing to acknowledge the context behind your actions, your thoughts, your words, your presence. And this leads to a difference of perspectives. Yet another reason why people will misunderstand you. People will have different perspectives from you, and that's completely okay. Even if you guys shared the same beliefs, ideas, and values when you guys met, when you guys formulated this friendship. And honestly, you're going to have a lot of these come and go in your life. But the people that don't come and go are the people that stay consistent with your perspectives and the people that actually understand you. You see, being misunderstood isn't necessarily a bad thing. And that's what I want to talk to you about. There's upsides to being misunderstood. And these upsides include visible signs of it being pushing boundaries, of growth, of change. Change is positive. And this can be subjective for a lot of people to where you can tell somebody you've changed. You're not the person that I once knew, right? But we have to stop and ask ourselves, is this me being objective, or is this me giving this person a label based off of their convenience to me and their appeal to my emotions? People are going to have a hard time acknowledging their appeal to you. They're not going to sit here and tell you that you don't make them feel as good as you used to. They're not going to tell you that your growth intimidates them. That's not going to happen. And it's a sad cruelty. Unless they're one of those very few gems that you keep in your life that actually have that sentiment. But for the most part, these people are going to misunderstand you. It's going to be people that you love or loved in this matter. People that you genuinely cared for. And it's disappointing. We don't wish as human beings to be misunderstood. I think we can all collectively agree on that. But in the same breath, we do wish to keep people in our lives that will, of course, have arguments with us, but at the end of the day, stick it out. And sometimes these people aren't willing to stick it out. They misunderstand you to a certain extent to where either you are forced to leave them or before you know it, they leave you. Being misunderstood is okay. And it may seem hard to deal with it, but you just have to remember to stay true to yourself. You didn't come this far to come this far. I'm sure you've heard that somewhere. It's true. You have to stay true to yourself, to your morals, and to your values, because no one else is going to do it for you. You, the person watching this video, You have lost friends. You have lost people you loved and cared about. You think back on these people and you wonder, where did I go wrong? Why did they actually choose to misunderstand me? Am I the problem? What did I do to deserve this? You've simply grown. And ripping the band-aid off, that's just the cruelty of it. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't go back and change the past. I mean, chances are you still have time to go back to this person and try and seek amends, but I think that's doing an injustice to the growth that you've overcome and that you've experienced. Staying true to yourself. And a lot of the time, when you stay true to yourself, people demand an explanation. Why can't you conform to how I feel? Why can't you simply change and accept that this is how I feel and that you should simply conform? Feel the way I do. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to over-explain yourself in that matter. You don't have to over-explain why you feel a certain way about something. You don't have to over-explain why you have a set of values and morals. If that person's not willing to listen to you, simply walk away. You're misunderstood, and that's okay. You have to choose your battles, and that's hard. There are going to be a lot of people that misunderstand you in your life, and choosing your battles is truly, and I mean truly, essential, not only for your sanity, but for your energy. You can't disagree with every single person that misunderstands you. Sometimes there are going to be one or two people that misunderstand you in the moment, but then again, you're willing to fight for those people. But at the end of the day, you are choosing your battles because you can't fight for everyone to stay in your life. Maybe those one or two people that are willing to do the same for you when the time comes when you misunderstand them. You are going to misunderstand people, just how people are going to misunderstand you. It's all simply a part of growth, and it's a part of change. It's healthy. If you have, or at least had, this idea that being misunderstood is inherently bad, it most certainly is not. Like I said, you're breaking barriers. You're pushing beyond limits. You're actually doing things that not a lot of people do. People like to stay warm and comfortable and conform to the ideas that revolve around them. But that's not you. We both know that. That's not you. That's not me either. And I'm glad to say we're in the same boat. But I just want to leave you with this one final message, and that's, with misunderstanding comes growth. People aren't willing to accept that you've grown. They aren't willing to accept that we've grown and that we've changed. People change, and it's only normal. And it most certainly is healthy. Thank you.